Hello, and welcome to Conversational Pressure, where we discuss real life topics, share our truths and creativity, while encouraging listeners to nurture, heal, and inspire to be better. Tonight, our topic will be money, finances, fin- money, finances, and generational wealth. Lord, I am your host, Eb, and with me is D. So, before we jump in, because last week Kana and I just jumped right into it. It was no pleasantries or anything. How was your week? Well, see, we say how was your week, and it only be Tuesday.
Well,
so
your week
how from the last time we seen each other? Yes.
My week from the last time has been pretty good. For me, it's been 2 weeks since I've been here.
Right.
Yeah, just family stuff. You know, my grandmama, she getting old, and just trying to make sure that I'm intentional to talk to her more, because we get so caught up in our everyday lives. We got our own families, we have goals and careers and businesses, and just trying to even get some time for yourself. So, just being intentional to let her know, like, I love you.
I'm here.
I'm here. Even if she just want to talk about the disgusting food that they've eaten, right? She hate it. But that's how my week has been. It's been good. I had some time to spend with the family, which is always a good thing. I love my days when everybody's home. Like, that's a highlight of my week. So yeah. How about you?
I haven't really been doing much. Relaxing.
That's a thing to do.
Yeah, definitely need it. Cause been watching TV though, clouding my mind with nonsense. And I normally don't watch TV, but so I've been out here begging people for that BET Plus subscription.
Listen, I was trying to get that, and I have it, but I don't know how to find the login.
It's all right. I got it free for 7 days, so I just need to watch everything I need to watch in these 7 days. And then I will.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that. Do you need to move your mic up, son?
What do I?
No,
is it bothering
you? No, I just want to make sure we can hear you. I'm loud, so I can move mine back. All right, so money, finances, and generational wealth. Where do we start? Finances.
Yes.
The management of large amounts of money, especially by governments or large companies, provide funding for a person or enterprise. I don't really feel like that definition is
the last definition, because I had bought these cards, flashcards for the kids, is to try to start introducing them into some financial, just whatever. And it's just the management of money. Period. That's what finance is. Management of money. That's how simple it's for the kids. So they get really in great layman's terms. I think, like, for us, like for our community, I'm not gonna say for everybody in our community, but a lot of us just wasn't taught finance. We spend it right before we get it.
This is true. This is very true. And what I was saying before we got on about being taught what we are taught. Well, so the examples that I made was that we are taught to, because I hate to say it that way, but like take care of our parents, whereas though others are taught to take care of the next generation. So we're taught to take care of the previous generation, and then there's none left over for the next generation. So we're always behind. And when I don't even remember where I was listening to this at, and the person said that, but it was like another podcast. And the thing is, particularly like people who make it, in the NBA, make it to the NFL or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing, like if you ask a young boy right now, let's say you ask a 12-year-old boy right now, you know, what you want to be, and he say, I want to grow up and play in the NFL. Okay. And if you ask him, well, what are you going to do with your money? The first thing will be, I'm going to take care of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of the mindset that we have. And you even hear people say, the people who don't have children, who want to take care of you will get old.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is not the reason for having a kid. So it's one of those things where, like you said, we are not taught the right way.
Yeah.
I feel like, even to the point of, what's it called? Life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Others use that to set their people up.
To build wealth. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. A lot, it actually, you know, having conversation with other people. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things they said. Mm-hmm. Like, for us, what, you know, what we do. Yep. And when we look for, like, our community, you got to do GoFundMes, you know, things of that sort.
So, fish dinners. I said selfish dinners.
Oh, my goodness.
I've seen it. I mean, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing, but I have seen it.
But it's true, you know. I think the important, like, as I'm getting older, as I've gotten older, man, I never knew this. I never knew this word. I never understood this. Like, if we could have gotten on internet and brought some shares when internet first came, you know, a thing. However, I don't know if that was even possible. I'm just using this as an example.
I got you.
We would be set up. You know, we are taught to be consumers versus investors, or, you know, where we live in America is it's capitalism. Like, they want to capitalize off of anything. Like, look at food, just for instance. We gonna have to eat for the rest of our lives. Now, when eggs was like, eggs went up to what, like $5 a dozen or something like that.
I remember it was
like $8 a dozen, and like, where I used to be able to get eggs for 99 cents a dozen, you know, and you have to eat, you know. So we're not taught to leverage like certain things, like our information, our skills. When we leverage them, we are going to work for somebody else. We're not allowing, you know, to build our own incorporation or whatever. I remember, and it was a well intent when we were taught, go to school. You know, you go to college, you don't go to college.
Yeah, we talked about that before. You can get a good,
you know, a career or whatever. And we're taught to be used for our
work skills. Laborers.
The trade,
we're taught to be laborers.
Your time for dollars. And
which, once upon a time, that was,
I mean, and it's fine. You know, I trade my time for dollars every day, right? But when that's just your game plan, that's your action plan, then when you're not able to trade your time for dollars, then what? So I'm trying to get in my kids' heads and let them see. So this is my plan, right? I'm going to map out their chores, and I'm going to pay them like below minimum wage, right? Just to let them see what trading their time for money really gets you. You got a cap. There's only 24 hours in a day. So if I'm going to use this number as a general number. If you making $1 an hour, you're only making 24 hours a day. It's nothing you can do to get more than that. So you have to set yourself up to get, you know, some additional streams of income. And I'm sure we all have heard of this, and some of us are actually trying to work it. But we wasn't taught that as kids. We wasn't taught entrepreneurship. We weren't taught to use our trades to go, you know, we're going to go get in this shop or this place or whatever to work it that way. So I think now in 2023, almost 2024, a lot of people, they get it. They get it, but they don't always know where to start, how to get the resources. And just nervous because you're probably the first one in your family that's doing it. So you don't have anybody that you can really say, okay, I learned this from such and such. So I know this is how we do it. So we learn in trial and error. We wasting a lot of money or just whatever, And then for some of us who do get it and maybe get that extra stream of income, we not good with customer service.
Or some people just not good with money. Like some people make the money, but they are not good with it. Most people want to look rich and be broke.
Have you not a big fashion person? You know that? What's that? Birkin bag.
Oh, yeah.
You have Birkin bag, you ain't got $5 in it. Now, I'm sure my savings account don't look like I want it to look either, But it's a discipline, learned behavior. Definitely. And, that's one of the things I want to pass down to the kids is that, save something.
You don't have to spend it all.
Yeah, save it. Save, invest. If you don't never start out the living paycheck to paycheck, I mean, some people have to, but I feel like if you don't start out that way, you don't get accustomed to it because it's easy to get caught in that hamster wheel. Yeah, because the more money you make, the more you want to buy. The more you want to spend. Yeah. And, sometimes we need to also understand that telling ourselves no. Yeah. It's a good thing. We talked about freezing credit. Oh, yeah. It sure was. I'm like, I'll just remember the number. Exactly. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. You probably got it on your Apple Pay. I sure was. Your Apple Wallet, whatever the heck it's called. Yeah. Yeah, but that's, a few of the reasons why I think in our community, we're still trying to get ahead. Earlier, Mike sent me a video and it said that like Asians, they are the most they employ the most Asians. Arabs, they employ the most Arabs. Like everybody else employ their people to try to get down the unemployment rate and to build their community. In their community. And that's what we need to adopt. And a lot of times we want people to pay ridiculous amounts. Yes, I'll pay. If you have a business, I'm going to come and I'm going to pay what you ask me to pay, right? Too. I'm not going to look for a discount. I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, don't charge me $50 for a golden t-shirt. Exactly. That I can get 3 for $20. Exactly. I'll respect and pay your fees because I want you to succeed. I don't, but at the same time, give the value. Make sure it has value. Yeah, like don't try to get over. Really, that's it. Like you can get a better brand. Something that's not going to shrink when I put it in the washing machine. Not even a dryer. I just washed it and it was 2 sizes too small. Like you definitely have to use good. So like for instance, when I baked, I used good product. And that makes a difference. Quality of it. Yeah, that makes a difference. And we got to learn how to hold on, like you said, hold on to what we earn. Yeah. That cash. Don't go out here. I don't see young kids out here. I ain't gonna say only the young kids. Some people our age, $200 for a t-shirt. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna do it. First of all, I'm messy. Then I got some ketchup down the front or some barbecue sauce or something like that. But take that $200. Now, if you can afford it, right? Like really afford it, then do what you please. But I just think if we don't have a cushion for ourselves, and if we have kids and we ain't setting them up, and we don't have $200 to spend on a t-shirt. Right. Agreed. So how do we begin to build that generational wealth? First of all, we got to have a plan, and we got to know how money works. We got to learn about compounded interest. We got to learn about investing, residual income. We got to learn how all of that works. And how to get the best bang for your dollar, you know, without sacrificing quality.
Yeah.
You know, what else? Because sometimes what we want to do is get a couple dollars and we want to go buy $700,000 house. That $700,000 home price today, and the way the rates are now, is probably gonna be about $4,000 a month for your bill.
What do you even need a $700,000 house for?
It's gonna be more than that.
Yeah, it's gonna be more than that.
See, I don't know.
But what would you even need a $700,000 house for?
But
I mean, I'm not sure.
I want to show you.
Nobody, because that's all it is.
I just want to show you.
See, I want me a little tiny home. No. I swear I do know. I want a little tiny home. Listen, I need enough space to live in. That's it. Cook sometime.
It's this y'all. It's just, you know, 3 of y'all.
Right. Why do we need a $700,000 house? $400,000, $300,000. Like, we don't need that much space. It's literally only the 3 of us.
Yes.
So I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
But like I was saying, we go out and we buy these homes that, you know, to show off or whatever your reason is. But really, you can't afford it. You can just make it, but you can't still afford it if something goes wrong in there, you know, whatever. The strategy is to build something first. Build your business, build those multiple streams of income. You know, it's been something that you've been doing probably for fun, or, you know, something that just comes natural to you, that you can actually capitalize off of and turn into a business or an extra stream of income. And don't live above our means. I
think that's top of the list.
Yeah,
don't live above your means.
Because what happens is, when a rainy day comes, your funds are exhausted. You didn't save because you couldn't save. You know, because we stretched your capacity. And so when a rainy day comes, when you lose your job or a family emergency, your car break down, you don't have the capital to take care of it. That's where we find ourselves at, just treading water to try to maintain, but we gotta build something. And in order to build something, you need a plan. Just don't jump out there. I'm gonna do this. Okay, well, how are you gonna do it? I don't know. I'm just gonna do it. No, you need to have a solidified plan with action steps. This is, go ahead.
No, because I was gonna say, and like you said, if just because you can afford it, don't mean you can afford it.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. Just because you approved this amount, that don't mean that you're supposed to go out here and get it for that amount.
Just because you approved for $900,000, don't mean you had to buy a $900,000 home.
Nope. Honestly, you should buy your home based off of, if you have a spouse, for instance, it should be based off of one income,
just in case.
Yep.
Just in case, something happens to the other person. And I definitely agree with that. And then, even with finances, when you find yourself in a bind that you can't, that you don't know how to get out of, like, sacrifice is going to be, either way, sacrifice is going to be right there in your face, no matter if you're building a business. You're going to have to sacrifice some sleep. You're going to have to sacrifice some time. You're going to have to sacrifice, so for me, right now, I work my my regular, 9 to 5, as we call them, because even it goes beyond 9 to 5. If I was in a situation where I couldn't survive off of what I was making from that, then somebody will give me a part-time job on side hustle. You can't expect not to put in that extra work. Don't make it your a plan for the rest of your life. Well, I'm just gonna work these 2 jobs. No, like, make a execution plan. Well, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. Because what happens is, if you not technically, if you haven't, what's the word I'm looking for? If you haven't committed to doing new things, you're gonna find yourself right in the same place. If you were already just, well, I got it, I'm gonna spend it. Right. So you're gonna have to just commit to it and be consistent with this plan. Like, follow it through. all right, I got these bills I need to pay it off. I got me a part-time job. I'm gonna work this many hours, and with this paycheck, this is what I'm gonna pay down. And that's how you get out of this situation.
Okay.
That's how you get out of the situation. Just having a plan, and having an accountability partner.
Yes.
Somebody who because I know for sure if I like, all right, Ed, this is what I'm not going to do. This I'm gonna need you. I need you to help me do this. Somebody that's not going to be scared to tell you, no,
right.
No, you're not doing that. We're not doing this, or whatever. Sometimes we don't have enough. Geez, why can't I get my words together tonight?
That's always me. Well, I'm probably the worst person for that. But I mean, if I know you serious, but I'm also like, YOLO. Yeah. Tomorrow not promise, baby.
Right.
They can't burn you with it, but no.
Right.
I do draw the line though too sometimes. But I do also feel like though, when we're talking money and finances, you work every day, you do deserve, because I have to tell you that sometimes. Like, come on, girl, you work too hard not to, So it's a fine line though. But I don't think even in your situation though, like what you spend is not ending your generation. You know what I mean? Like it's not putting a damper.
Yeah, I spend very little.
Right.
Yeah. What was the other? It was
Mel. First she said gender roles and relationships, then she said building generational wealth.
Oh wow. Are we in the right vein, guys?
Get on YouTube, girl.
So I know we talk about how does it start, but how does somebody who doesn't know anything about generational wealth, meaning it's never happened in their family line, like how do you begin to break that? I mean, I know you can start with yourself, but if we trying to change generations, it's going to take
it's going to take generations.
It's going to take,
but it has to start somewhere,
right? That's what I'm saying. It has to start somewhere. So how do you leverage people in your family? So for instance, if I say, all right, Ed, it's you in year 3, it's us in L4, how do we come together as people? Because it is easier for 4 of us to build something than it would be for me to do it by myself, to stay consistent with it, because when you by yourself and you trying to do everything, it's easy to get discouraging. It can be discouraging, especially when you don't have any.
I'm listening. I'm sorry.
If you don't have any, you don't know what the heck you're doing.
Right. Which way? But if you have 4 people, well, you're talking about by yourself. But yes, if you have 4 people, then everybody can take a part. And
right.
Right.
So because a lot of times, the one thing that I've come across, like the people who was in my circle, we don't really think the same. We don't have the same aspirations. We don't, and I'm not saying nothing against them, I'm just using this as an example.
I know what you mean.
If you just like, all right, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to work my 40 years here. I'm going to retire. That's not enough for me. Right. And I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm not humble or thankful for what I have, but I don't want to live off of Social Security. I don't want to, I don't want to do that.
I'm like, but you're not. Because it ain't even going to be.
It ain't going to be doing that. You ain't got to worry about it. But I don't want to set myself up to expect for the government to take care of me. Like, I still want to live my life during my retirement years better than I lived during my working years. I still want to be able to afford to do the things that I do now and more.
Yeah.
I want to be able to say, oh, $20,000 for your first down payment on your home for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I have multiple kids, so I need a whole lot of $20,000.
Oh, shit.
But I'm just saying, like, what does the start of that look like?
And I honestly don't have an answer for that. What I can say is To anyone who may be watching live, put it in the comments.
Yes, please.
Your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can say is, first, we have to learn. I keep saying deny yourself, but that's really like, it's definitely about sacrificing. And I don't know, the mindset has to change.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, the mindset definitely has to change.
Mindset shift. You have to start looking at money differently.
Yeah.
You need to see it as a resource. But also it's a key to your freedom.
And learn how to make your credit work for you.
Yes.
My brother taught me some stuff about that.
And then initially, the first thing besides you getting the right mindset, because once you get the right mindset, things are going to be easier to do. And once you make up your mind, this is what you want to do. You got to do a budget. Write down all your bills. When you write down all your bills, and I will say, if once you go through them credit card statements or your bank statement and see how much money you waste. Take out. Like, I'm telling you, when I looked at, I think it was last year, when I looked at how much money, 2 years ago, I looked at how much money I was spending on DoorDash. Was sick.
Yeah. That's why I can't. I kind of like, I get up and go. Because you know what's crazy is it's bad enough food is high.
Yes.
But they really, you almost pay double
it's like
to have them run get interest. I'm like, I ain't using that much gas, so I'm go ahead and hop. I don't want to get up, but I'm going to go ahead and hop in this car and go pick it up. But yeah, I mean, and then cook more. But food is just expensive.
It is in general. Remember a pack of chicken wings used to be like $6 back in the day. It was like $20 now.
Shoot, I don't even know. So I am the type of person where when the prices of things go up, gas, food, all that stuff, I know I still need it, so I don't even get caught up in how much it costs.
Right, so I don't know how much gas it is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fill my tank,
right? So that's what I mean. Like, I try not to, because all I'm going to do is piss myself off. So it's like, you know what? Just...
But see, I do look at the cost of chicken.
I really
because
don't.
I just really can't believe.
Now I buy my chicken in bulk too though. Like I don't never just buy a pack. Like I literally, unless it's like the no, I mean bulk, like a 20-pound, 40-pound thing and break it down. So
I have a whole freezer. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll forget to take it out, and then I'll just stop at the grocery store and pick up a pack of chicken. So, but yeah, I was getting ready to say okay, so you do your budget. When you look through those statements, you're going to see all those subscriptions you forgot you subscribed to.
Oh, no.
That's going to piss you off.
I don't play about them.
I say look over all your bills.
Like, I don't play about them.
Well, you can minimize. Like, seriously, like I refinanced my car last year, and it saved me money. My credit was better. It saved me money. So what I did was I took that extra money that, I saved and started putting it on credit card bills. To kind of snowball it. But you guys still try not to use it.
No, I try not to use them right.
But yeah, so there's some like tips to kind of
it's always
get started.
To.
You know, just see what your goal is. See where you are and kind of like bridge the gap. Try to bridge the gap through that. Talk to somebody who might know a little bit more than you know. You may not know that much. They may know somebody who know a little bit more than they know.
Right.
Or find yourself, I guess a finance person, because I know we're sure not that person, but I know just different businesses, stuff like that, and different people that I've been around. It kind of taught me those stuff and dropped those gems to kind of help me get on that path.
Yeah.
I think that's a start to, once you restore your own finances, and then you be able to kind of build something to promote that generational wealth.
And buy life insurance.
Yeah.
I ain't saying that gotta be your only thing, but I don't understand it. If you can have it, if you could leave this earth and at least leave your kids a couple $100,000, why wouldn't you?
Right. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. You don't think about it. Really, they want to pay the least amount. They can pay probably why they can. Why they here? They probably just, I'm sure some people can afford to do better, but some people may just have a very minimum because that's what they can afford.
Or don't have none at all.
Or none at all. They don't care. Some people like that deal with it.
Yeah, some people just don't care. But I would definitely, that's another generational trick that I feel like we as a people definitely have to invest more in life insurance. Be a good kickstart for your kids. Even if they grown.
One of my friends, her and her cousin, they're getting together. They want to do a family compound. I remember talking to my family like a couple years ago just about buying some land together. That way we have it for the family, like it's family land. We can pass it down to our kids and just be in the family. I'd have a few, like one of my coworkers. I mean, his family got like hundreds and hundreds of acres of land that have been passed down from like his great grandfather. And they, of course, they don't look like us, but they do that for their family. They do that. And they keep it in the family. They keep it in the family. As soon as I pass away, my kids probably sell it off.
Well, that's kind of what happened actually with my family. Yeah.
So it's just, I think, embedding those things into your kids as well. Like, if once we get it done, and now we are learning the importance of certain things, we need to start instilling that in them now so that they understand, all right, if I do leave you hundreds of acres of land, this is not for you to sell off. All right, now if you want to farm some of it and get some cash that way, some income coming in, then fine. But it should stay in the family and understand that, because a lot of us don't have things that have been passed down, so we don't think about passing nothing on down to ours. That's just not where we've been at.
We do it the other way.
Yeah, when you have the opportunity to have that mindset shift and understand the importance of it, I want my great grandkids to know my name. And how they gonna remember my name? Because I'm gonna pass something down. I want to pass something, leave something.
I mean,
yeah,
you said it all.
So I think that's what for generational wealth, we got to start somewhere. And somewhere, I had started with our parents or grandparents or whoever, and I'm speaking for myself, that it probably needs to start with me.
Right.
And like you said, we are taught, we got it backwards. We are looking like, okay, now I'm going to take care of my mom, and then when I get old, my kids are going to take care of me, and when they get old, their kids are going to take care of them. Like, because I remember one of my uncles, he doesn't have any kids. Who going to take care? You see what I'm saying? So I told him I would, but I'm just, leaving it out, putting it out there. Like, if we're looking for our children to take care of us, you don't have no kids. So you got to provide and make sure that you can do those things for yourself.
Right.
Have yourself in the right situation when you get older and you can't do the same things.
Yeah. That was one of the good things, like with my dad, when he left the earth, he had his affair. And
mine was so.
Yeah, he made sure things were. He didn't leave here with no debt. That's for sure. Right. He didn't leave. Yeah, he prepared for the future.
He didn't want to leave a burden on
no one.
On anyone. And from when my dad passed away, it was totally different. But I'm sure I can say that I was told that he had asked to sure that he had insurance.
And they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
And they didn't do it.
I got you.
Fixed all the wrong.
That could be a problem.
I ain't gonna say the wrong people, but
I know what you mean.
You know.
I mean, no, they were the wrong people for what he needed. They just didn't do it for him.
Did it,
you know?
I thought, I assumed that he was good.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta have those conversations as well with your loved ones and make sure. My mom always told me, this is here, this is there. I'm her only child. So she making sure if anything goes wrong, if anything happens, I know where everything is now. I don't remember what she said. That's
right. Well, see, that's why I have all of our stuff. For instance, Sean and our stuff is in this one box.
Mm-hmm.
It's, because I've had you and Michael look over it. But I have everything together so that, because in a time of death, especially, you have enough going on. And so I don't want him have to be, if I do leave here before him, I don't want him having to be running around looking for nothing. Mm-hmm. Everything is right there. And I made sure to even include in that stuff bank accounts, credit cards, like
passwords,
anything, everything.
That's funny. I was just thinking about that the other day. I said something go wrong because I pay I go online and do all the payments and stuff. I'm like, well, no, we just hand over the cash and keep it moving. So you don't know none of that.
I have all of that in that paperwork, just so. In specific directions to have an open bar at my site. No, I'm joking. I'm laughing because a friend of mine, she had me notarize her will, and she had in there that there's to be an open bar at her repairs. Ebony, I'm leaving it up to you to make sure that it happens. I was like, I will make sure that it happens. And I basically just said, I don't care if y'all have a repairs or not. Just you and Corey do what y'all do. Mm-hmm. Y'all, whatever y'all decide, I promise I'm gonna be good with it.
Right. You sure ain't gonna fuss with them about
it. Right. I won't be rolling over in my grave.
Oh man.
But no, those are the things though that we don't think about.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay.
I apologize, guys.
It's fine. I don't know if they heard it. I did. Huh?
That's what that was?
Yes. John said, is that what that was? Yes, John. I don't know what's going on over here.
Well, my husband always tell me I'm always hungry, so.
And I said half an hour. We already some time in.
Yes.
So, takeaways, if any.
Yes. Education is going to be your best friend when it comes to finance.
Yes.
Education, commitment, and budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, my eyebrows was going when I saw how much money I was spending in DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do it as much as I used to.
Right.
But I still do a little bit.
It's convenient from time to time. It just can't be every day.
And see, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm at work and I'm working, and I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And if, like today, we have this. Kids, they still got to eat. They didn't want the food from last night. It was gone. I doubt that. But anyway, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I get out of here tonight, it's going to be late to cook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to buy something to eat.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. But I cooked Sunday, but I'm still planning on getting something to eat tonight. Because I'm tired of it already. I cook 2 different meals, though. Like, I literally on Sundays make 2 different meals and still.
That's how I normally do this, so it can last at least 2.
And then, see, once I ate it for dinner Sunday, lunch yesterday, dinner yesterday, lunch today, I don't want it anymore. Well, previous episodes, I disclaimed that I am too good for leftovers. So.
Well, depending on what's left over.
I'm just saying.
For me. Like, spaghetti is better than that.
Yeah, I don't mind spaghetti. Well, see, I made some vegetable soup with steak tips in it. So it was like, once it's set,
not vegetable soup.
That thing was good.
Vegetable soup if you put steak tips in it.
Well, that's why I said vegetable soup with steak tips. That's what it was. It was vegetable soup, and I decided to put some meat in it. I mean, it is what it is. My takeaway.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Deny.
Mm-hmm.
You have to deny yourself sometimes. Sacrifice.
Yes.
Now, like I said, YOLO. You work hard. You deserve to buy yourself things, but not if it's gonna put you behind the eight ball. Like it's not worth it. Spending money that you really don't have, spending money before you have it, is never worth it.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway. Be responsible. Deny yourself when necessary.
Yep. And if you need a accountability partner, find you one.
Mm-hmm. Find you one. All right. And we want to thank everyone for joining us. Did we have anybody in the comments, John?
Did you read?
Well, that was on my phone.
MC Jeffries.
That's Mel. What'd she say?
He said it's a sacrifice.
Mel, what are you saying? What did you say, Mel? Let me see if I can pull it up. I mean, we may as well, since we got a comment today. I don't know. Get to reply to people. It's a sacrifice. You have to choose your heart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what Mel was trying to say, but we got your comment. We'll reply later. But again, thank you everyone for joining another week of Conversational Pressure. Next week's topic will be the brown paper bag test, colorism in the Black community.
It's still a thing.
Thank you, Mel. When that popped up, I was like, ooh, that's a good one. Especially because, can everyone tell me if I look washed out? Leave a comment if you think we should get rid of the orange wall because it washes me out. Please and thank you.
Match with the
I go through this every week. I'm sitting here like, why do I look so pale? And these two, it's always the other people when he's telling me just
the other people.
Yeah, because it's always the other people. Everybody else. Keena did it last week. Well, I mean, it's just you. It ain't washing you out. You just, And I'm like, I ain't trying to hear none of this.
It's pretty bright.
I don't want to hear any of that.
Well,
anywho, this week's episode was sponsored by our lovely producer, John Williams. Infinite Social Solutions. John, can you give him your phone number? Oh my word.
Give me a second.
He can be reached by email at info@infsocialsolutions.com. And I can't find I don't have the phone number.
The phone number is 443-681-9306.
681-9306.
You're not going to remember.
Or 443-681-9306.